Is that Star Tropics thumbnail made to look like he's shoving the bananas in his ears?
I mean, that's just the image from the game.
That's in the game.
Look, I've not played Star Tropics. All I know is weird.
It's awesome. And I won't have you speaking ill of it.
What, speaking ill of Star Tropics?
It's one of the first, like, action adventure
Save
NES
it.
games.
Save it.
That's all I know about Star Tropics.
And you're using it all up in the pre-show.
I know.
Oh, I heard an echo somewhere.
We have a Patricia.
I'm sorry. I can't help but badmouth Star Tropics. I'm sorry, man.
Well, then save that for the stream too.
I'll fight you.
Negativity is engagement bait. That's all I know.
Just save it.
Okay.
You save it. What don't you people understand about saving it for the show?
You can't expect me not to respond.
I can and I will. Also, I hope everyone saw the picture of Ecto Cooler 3.2.
I made it possible.
Indeed.
Yes, you did.
I see you, Petrivka. How's it going? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Okay, I was trying to decide. Okay, I needed to look up. I'm like, is Ed Duck Spangler based off of cartoon or Harold Ramis? It looks like Harold Ramis.
E. Duck Spangler, huh?
I couldn't really come up with anything better.
I mean, E. Goose is closer, but
It's
Okay,
not a
I
goose,
didn't
he's a
know-
duck.
E. Swan.
I didn't know that a POW block would make a falling log fly upwards. Wow. I'm still learning stuff
forgotten
about this
that.
game this many years later.
I'd forgotten that, but I do remember knowing that at some point.
This game is such a fever dream.
Literally.
Literally.
No, just a regular dream. I don't think he's sick.
All right. Well,
Hey, you don't know for sure. The health of
Petrivka,
Mario.
any progress on sound?
What progress?
Oh, there we go. Now you're talking.
You were looking for me?
Yeah, I was.
Now you're speaking with power.
Anyway.
I didn't have
Vocal
my headset
power.
on yet.
Ah, well, that would explain why you weren't responding. It clears things up.
Especially the sinuses.
Okay, Baggins. Say a sentence about fireworks.
They fly up in the sky. I.
Okay. Lunasaur, you say a sentence
Hey,
about
kitty
flags.
Oh, dang it. I wanted to say barium's the green flame. But, flags. They can be very patriotic.
Okay, let's balance there. Mithril, why don't you say a sentence about hamburgers?
You know, I just recently got a cast iron griddle and made hamburgers on that, and it's pretty darn good.
All right. Petrivka, could you say a sentence about hot dogs?
Only ever with mustard, not ketchup.
What meat are they?
I don't care.
All of them and none at the same time.
But as long as it's with the mustard.
Not mustard and ketchup.
Mustard?
No.
Don't let's be silly.
All right.
Look,
well,
I've been
it's
converted to the ways of the Chicago dog.
No, I have loved mustard on hot dogs, actually.
All right.
Mustard and kraut is my preference of topping.
we are ready. So let's get started.
Kraut if I'm feeling particularly adventurous, but yeah.
All right. Shh. Here we go. When I was a humble lad and Super Mario Bros. 2 came out, I thought to myself, man, this game's way different from the first Mario game. Years later, when the Mario All-Stars game came out on Super Nintendo, I learned that it turns out that's because it was not Mario 2 in Japan. And what we call Mario 2 is Mario USA. And it was my first introduction that Japan didn't always make games the same from one side to the other. And it changed the way I thought about things, and it has led me down to this really weird topic. I was looking for something America-based, since this is the 250th, and this is time to be patriotic. So why not about a game about or an episode about Japan making games different for Americans? This is episode 92 of I Think We Overleveled. How is everyone?
Mario USA, more like Mario 2 USA, am I right?
Hey!
Hey.
I thought it was
USA 2, Bosnia 0. That's how I feel.
Darn straight, that's how we feel. I too am keeping an eye on that. But no, so
I made bacon, so
yeah, you're very American today. Yeah,
darn straight. When I say I made bacon, I mean I made it from scratch.
Yeah, he's definitely one-upping us here.
Pork belly?
Like
Butchered
like
the
I
pig.
bought a pork belly. I brined it for 10 days,
Oh,
and
thick.
and then I
Did you fry it thick?
I haven't fried it yet. I mean, like it's
You
it's still in.
gotten it yet?
No. So what I did is I brined it for 10 or 11 days, and then I took it out, rinsed all the brine off, and then let it sit in the refrigerator for a day and a half to dry out. Took it out on the smoker and smoked it until 150. So, but then so now it's ready to slice and then fry up. I fried up a piece last night, so I shared with Splice.
It's like a
Indeed.
tease, man. It's like a tease.
I shared a slice with Splice.
All right, so Mario 2 is interesting because it's a game that wasn't originally supposed to be canon, but has garnered a weird niche in the Mario canon.
Oh, it's the most influential game in the canon.
A lot
Yeah.
of stuff came from it. It's kind of crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
which is weird when it's a reskin of a completely unrelated game.
Yeah.
Doki Panic.
First instance of playable.
I mean, Toad,
Princess
right?
Toadstool.
I mean, Ninja, Sniff It, Shy Guy. I mean,
Toad's entire shtick of floating, Luigi jumping
Oh.
higher.
Yep.
You mean Princess floating?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toad doesn't float.
Yeah, sorry.
He's fat.
That's the existence of Toad.
Well, no, not the existence of Toad. He was in the first game.
Toad
Was he
being
in the first?
playable
Oh,
character.
I guess he was.
He's the one who told you that the princess was in another castle.
Yeah, but this is when he got a real turban.
Yes,
Yes.
because they had to fit him onto a different character's
Silhouette.
silhouette. But no, it's weird because like in Smash Brothers, when Princess Peach became playable, her entire gimmick is all based around Mario 2.
100%. Yeah.
Like floating is her most
Yeah, the
important
turnips.
mechanic, and then pulling the turnips and
I mean,
using-
the tennis racket
you-
racket and stuff. Are
and then
a little
using
different.
Toad as a
A meat shield.
a blade of armor.
I think you mean a meat substitute shield.
Yes, it's pretty good.
Imitation meat?
That's not bad. It's pretty good. Starting off
Yeah.
strong.
Portobello shield.
But the thing that's interesting is the whole reason this exists is because Japan thought the Mario 2 is too hard for Americans. And
Were they
having
wrong?
which is such
Well-
an interesting debate to get into.
well, but what's
Well,
interesting is you
especially-
play the Lost Levels, the game is significantly harder.
But the thing is, Mario 2 is not an easy game.
No.
It's supposed to like a reduction in
This one, Game Boy
difficulty.
Advance, I never finished it.
Well, the thing that so Mario 2, sorry, the Lost Levels, as we would say it, it's much more akin to what we would now call like a Kaizo Mario game.
A little
Yes.
bit.
Because it's like, oh, here's mushrooms. Oh, some of these
I-
mushrooms are poisonous.
I don't know the term
wonky
Kaizo.
Wind physics.
So basically,
That's
Who wants
Kai-
to explain this one?
So basically, a lot of
ROM
the
hack
Is it
makes-
FU Mario? That's what I'm getting from
Yes.
this.
Yes, it is.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
that's
got
an
it.
example of it. Now, Kaizo
Like
has
Mario Maker FU Mario. Yeah.
yeah. Well, so
Exactly.
there's two different types because Kaizo technically means Mario any style where you have to know advanced techniques in order to actually beat something. But it tends to also
Basically,
involve-
If you can't wave dash, you can't beat the game.
yeah. Now they have different stuff, which is like the famous old video of FU Bloopa. Like the first thing you have to do is jump in midair because you can do that at the start of a game if you don't start on the ground for reasons. And there's stuff like that. And so but for the most part, there's a lot of trolly things and a lot of trial and error and a lot of just stuff that's unintuitive that I don't like. Having played through and beaten the lost levels, I don't think I think it's a bad game. Like I just don't like it.
Yeah, a game that like requires you to just memorize every level. I mean,
Not
yeah.
even. It just poorly designed. A lot of the gimmicks and mechanics just don't even function properly.
It's false difficulty. It's not we're going to make like we're not over here asking you to do more treacherous platforming. It's we've put, fake blocks in places and we've made it so you have to go directions that are unintuitive.
It's like when I was in college and I took a cooking class and the teacher kind of had a chip on her shoulder about being considered a gimme class. And so she just wrote a bad test and said that the test wasn't, or the class wasn't easy. Like they'd make the one just like, okay, here's, 7 different answers. And the answer is, A and B, A, B, and D. It's just like, it's just a bad test. It's not a difficult class. It's just a poorly written test.
Yeah. It's
just like, we're going to make it hard, not require skill. We're just going to make it hard.
And I find several times, in which we might discuss in the future in this episode, Japan does a lot of things where it's like internally they're like, oh yeah, no, this was broken, it was poorly designed, we fixed things, whatever. But then the narrative became, oh, they just made it easier for the rest of the world because they thought we couldn't handle it. And it's like, sometimes that was true, and sometimes it was, no, the game just kind of sucked, and we made it better.
Which means the Japanese were actually just beta testers, unfortunately, for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But, we're used to that now because now all games are beta tested by the
They
public.
laugh at your QOL updates.
Yeah. But like, even when they couldn't patch games, they still, the newer version had fixes. I was talking about this with my community and whatnot for various things. But like Pokemon, the original Red and Green had so many like full-on game crashing bugs, hard.
Oh, the whole
wrong
missing
warps and
no
everything.
thing. Yeah.
No, missing no even made it into Blue, but I'm talking about like switching Pokemon with items in your inventory type level of like brokenness. And then they made Blue, which fixed a lot of those issues. And then when it came to an international release, they were like, hey, let's take the framework of Blue, but then the like encounter positions of Red and Green, the original paired version. And that's how we got Red and Blue in the States.
Yep. And there's just a lot of things like that. In this early era. But that's what makes this interesting is, so this was made for America, but like we said, it was a reskin of a different game.
Yeah.
But in the NES era, there was a game that was specifically made for America, not made for Japan, but it was made in Japan, and that is Star Tropics. Which is, for me,
I don't think I know this one.
I'm familiar with the name.
This game specifically holds a special spot in Splice lore because I've only played this game like twice, but it's one of my most like core young kid memories when I was 4, because I had never seen a game with a save file before. And my uncle had it on his NES, and I accidentally erased his completed game. And it was
Oh no.
and it was one of those things, staring at it when it happened. And, you know, I'm a little kid. It's like, I don't know what I just did, but I have a feeling this was very bad. And I was terrified that my uncle was going to kill me. What's funny is I brought this up to him. He doesn't remember this at all. And so he was fine with it, I guess. But for me, I was like, Uncle Dude's going to kill me.
New core memory unlocked.
No, older siblings and uncles, every single one of them probably has a story like that. I know I do. So
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
so what's the name
I
of this
just love how
character?
this is.
Mike,
I love how
Mike.
Mike what?
just Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Dr. Jones even is.
Freddie Jones.
course
Shut up.
I love how that menu screen is very clear. This is a Zelda game, you know?
Oh, so much of
No.
this is a Zelda game.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely like, oh, let's make Zelda for Americans, because obviously Zelda isn't for Americans.
But it's like,
Coral Cola.
but it's like
Yep.
a weird
Every
Zelda 1
every
and
island
Zelda 2.
every island is something cola.
Because when you make for something for America, what do Japanese associate with America? And
It's the rude
Coca-Cola is
pig.
one of the.
It's the rude pig.
Soda.
Fast food and guns.
Well, but cola is an interesting specific thing. If you know because Coca-Cola, this is documented, bribed senators and such to make it so they were exempt from the sugar rations, so they could put as much sugar as they wanted into drinks. And the reason they were able to do this is they promised to get Coca-Cola, like there was always a cold thing of Coca-Cola for the soldiers. And so they were spending a lot of money to make sure they were shipping stuff to soldiers overseas. But this was a smart move by Coke, because that meant anytime soldiers got to any of these foreign lands, what were they doing? They were drinking this sugary, delicious drink. They were acting as advertising for the Coca-Cola company unwittingly. So when they get to Japan and start occupying it, and they're always drinking Coca-Cola, they're just advertising. So they're just like, oh, all Americans drink Coca-Cola.
Interjection, this guy's belly looks like Homer Simpson.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
He has drinking a lot of cola, I think.
And
But
so
no, I love this game. Like I remember, like I remember this is one of the first games I remember seeing an actual commercial for, and I think that's the only
Really?
reason I knew about this game.
I've never
Yeah,
seen a commercial for this.
I don't remember the commercial, but I remember seeing a commercial for it. Now maybe I'm making that up, but like there's a strong impression that I did. But because it's just this weird, like it's a very strange premise. You know, it's this kid goes to visit his uncle, and then we find out that his uncle's been abducted. And it goes off into this weird sci-fi direction, and yeah, and there's talking dolphins and submarines and just all kinds of weirdness.
I'm sorry, I can't read that. Him talking to the woman. It's like, we just call him Dr. J. That's how I read it in my head.
Dr. J.
No, but the other thing that's I find funny about just this entire concept of this game is the fact that it also has this weird like Islander thing going on, even though it's supposed to be America.
Voodoo?
Can I also
Yeah.
interject? For the longest time, I didn't realize that she's got her thumb and pinky spread out there. I thought she was holding a giant stogie.
You thought she was just smoking?
I was just like, I don't know what's going on here, but that's what I thought was going on for a while.
Doesn't this game also have a weird control scheme?
What do you mean a weird control scheme?
I swear.
The
On
weird.
the NES.
It's
How
weird
can it
because
be?
it's weird because he's stuck to a grid, but it looks like he's kind of, and so like when you're moving forward, you can turn to the side, and so it kind of makes him strafe. But
And there's also I remember it's because when you to go a direction you have to tap it twice if you're turning, because you got to get it to go
Right.
there, and then you have to hit it again to move. Like he pinpoint turns.
Yes.
Right.
And I remember watching someone talk about it and how it took them a while to get used to it, because they're used to from Zelda, you just turn that direction
Right.
and you start going
Yeah.
that direction.
Well, and you don't have to push it twice. You just have to hold it, and it's delayed as well.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and also the jumping, whether it's one distance or two distance, is a little different too.
Hmm.
I can't remember exactly, but
Well,
all I know
he can only jump over one space. But if there's a thing that he can jump to one space away, then he'll just do a sort of little single hop.
okay. But the thing is I never played this game as a kid. I knew of its existence, but I didn't play it. And I tried playing it recently when it was on the Switch Online. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm familiar of this game. I kind of want to try it out. And so, I got to this dungeon, and I wonder if it's going to happen to him. But that's what I ran into. The thing about this game that makes me not like this game is it has areas where if you go through, like, there was a branching path earlier, right?
Oh, you're talking about the insta death traps?
Yes, where it's like, okay, do I go this way? And so you're like, oh, try going to this next room then, and you go into that room, and it's just a giant pit, and you instantly die with no chance. It's like there was no way I could have known that was an instant death pit. Once you're there, there's nothing you can do.
But now you
have to
know it's an
know.
instant death pit.
And I thought that was a terrible design. I still think that's a terrible design. That's just bad design. There's no
You're weak.
conveyance.
I love how dismissive it is. Don't engage in the argument at all. Just weakness.
Oh, hey.
Weakness.
Yeah. Lion King SNES, man. Come on, man up.
Yeah, so does this
Well, the
count
thing
as
is there's nothing you can. I mean, it's just, do you have the map memorized? And
Yeah.
it's not too bad. There's no get. It's like get good. I'm like, there's nothing get good about it. It's, do you know the path?
So
What?
was
Okay.
this a game that was only released in the US, or
Do you know the way?
I believe so, but I'm not positive about that.
I believe at
'Cause I'm
first it
wondering
was
if that's
only
an
released
example
in the
of,
US.
like-
Of us
I'm
play
wondering if that's
testing
an
it.
example. Sorry,
No, I was
I'm
saying
wondering
of
if
us
that's an
playing testing it.
example of possibly, but I was also say I wasn't sure if an example of they made it extra hard so people couldn't beat it within a rental period.
Well, that's a funny thing, because this game's famous for another reason. Baggins?
747. If you know, you know.
Well, maybe explain.
Are you?
And I don't know.
So
None of
basically,
us don't know.
the
None
game
of us
came with this letter from your uncle, and
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it was just basically saying, "Hey, come visit me." And after you beat this boss, you get to the
Is it old
submarine.
school DRM?
I
You-
forgot that was this
You
game.
get to this submarine, and you need an access code, and it says the hint is submerge my letter in water. And so inside the box was this letter, and so you actually took the letter and soaked the letter in water, and it would show it. Suddenly there was hidden text that said access code 747.
What?
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of
Didn't work for rentals? Oh, dear.
And there's the big problem for you there.
Here's your box inbox DRM anti-piracy measure that can only be used once. Good luck.
Well, yeah,
Like, The idea is cool.
Does the paper disintegrate in the water?
No,
after you
no,
use
no,
it?
no. It dries out, and I think
No, but like,
I think it actually still remains visible after you soak it.
yeah, but like it's one of those things. Like, does it stay with the thing after, like, how things go?
Yeah.
So wait, they put this on the Switch Online. So if you're playing on the
It's-
Switch Online,
I think it's in the instruction manual that you can look into, or the
Yeah, I think
it's in the
that-
documentation.
I remember them saying something specifically about that. Like they put something in the game to simulate that moment.
Yeah, so
Or,
right,
you know,
right
Google
here.
is now a
Input-
thing.
I mean, yeah.
And by the way,
Yeah, so you
notice
put in
notice
ID
the
code
robot.
first.
It's Rob.
I noticed there was a robot.
Oh, you put the code in the second on the second level. I think it helps you like submerge or do something else.
Refrain.
Yeah, no, this game is wild and I love it.
But yeah,
Like this is a core memory game for me.
Yeah, all I know is me trying to play it today, and I went in through into an instant death trap room, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for games with stupid mechanics like this.
This might even be the first game that I ever actively bought myself.
ooh, real core memory
Wow.
then. But yeah, no, this game is I should play this game.
Yeah, you should.
I just didn't have it at the time.
You have access to it now.
I do. Anyway, but yeah, so this is but this was, I can't remember why. I feel like this was like an experiment to see if like different games appealed to Americans, because they'd never done that before.
Well, and I mean the character is just like, let's lean on every trope, because Mike is a baseball pitcher. His name is Mike Jones. He uses a yo-yo. It's just like, this is America, right?
How do you do, fellow Americans?
And if you
Candy,
notice,
peaches,
at one
voodoo,
point,
yo-yos, Coca-Cola. I mean, what's
Yeah,
Also-
missing is,
wait.
is apple pie.
also, just so you're aware, he uses a yo-yo, and another item that he gets is a baseball bat. He's basically the Proto-Ness.
Yes, and it's why he's the most popular candidate when people talk about, oh, if we did an Echo
Absolutely.
Fighter for every character, they do Mike Jones as the other thing. Who else uses a yo-yo in video gaming history? It's not the
many.
biggest. It's not the biggest list. You might be surprised.
I feel like there's more, but
Like, I'm sure there are, but I don't know how many more. Also, I did something weird with my Mozilla browser and accidentally hid the search bar.
Well,
I have to click a tab to get to it now, and I'm not sure how to undo this.
Best
Isn't
of
it
luck
great
to
when you make accidental permanent changes.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Oh, here's another thing. Notice there's points. This is, this was a thing, sort of a relic of that time, where games that really points didn't matter still had a point system, because you had Mega Man. And you have
yes,
this one. It's just like, what do the points do? Well, nothing.
the
They're
points
points.
don't. The points
You
are
like
made
points
up.
For killing enemies or points
There
for,
it
like,
is. There's the
solving
baseball
puzzles?
bat.
Puntos.
but you can only use it 30 times before it breaks.
And you don't even have to hit anything with it. It's just if you swing it 30 times.
But your yo-yo will last forever, but your baseball bat will break if you swing it 30 times.
That's how real yo-yos and baseball bats work, right?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, the string's made of adamantium, clearly.
Clearly. But yeah, this is this is just a fascinating game to me, because there's so few things like this. There was a sequel too.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's
Zorda's
weird.
Revenge. Did anyone really play that?
Yep.
This honestly reminds me of that Illusions of Gaia game.
In what way?
Yeah, it's just the gameplay.
No?
I think I get what you're saying, but I disagree.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with Baggins on this one.
Because it's
I
a
mean,
chalk
it
run,
reminds
or-
me. It doesn't remind you. That's fine.
No, like I see where you're making the connection, but it feels like a reach to me. But hey, if that works for you,
It's the only game I played that's like this. So
Well, so okay.
Would you think of Illusion of Gaia as appealing towards Americans? No.
I mean,
That not for that reason.
In terms of like what, having a more action focused instead of.
it definitely got a lot more promotion here than the other games in that trilogy, one of which never even came out here.
Rude.
Yeah, it's
Because what are you gonna translate from Seiken Densetsu? Is that the same series?
No, that's
No.
Secret of Mana.
no. He's
Different.
talking Soul Blazer.
Soul Blazer,
like the guy, Terranigma.
Terranigma. Yep.
Terranigma. Okay.
Yeah, it's the.
I knew it was like
the
something
Quintet
like that.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Which they weren't an actual like full-on trilogy, just
No, it was
similar enough games by the same developer.
yes.
So I've never played this game, but the music I've definitely heard several remix
Oh yeah,
artists
it's
cover
got good
it.
music.
The music's great.
Although I don't know who
But yeah,
made
so-
the music.
I don't know.
Someone write that down.
Yoshio Hirai.
Don't know who that is.
Do we
Don't
know
know
him
him.
for
Did
anything else?
say listen
Sounds
to
like a
their
guy.
works, or-
He definitely sounds like a guy. Can confirm. But I don't know, just the do 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 just sticks in my head. It's very catchy.
There are 2 games on his credits:
That's it?
Star Tropics
Oh,
and Star Tropics 2.
Man.
Okay.
He's just like, no, killed it. I'm good. We're done.
Yeah, that's his entire
What?
IMDb.
what was that
Wow.
thing that he just picked up? Was it like a voodoo doll?
Oh, the snowman.
Is that what that was supposed to
It
be?
freezes all the enemies
Oh,
on the screen.
man. That was snow. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
That's not the first thing I thought that was.
Sorry, I'm thinking something else. I didn't see it, but you're probably thinking the Extra Life.
You only have so
That was
many
that was a
pixels
man?
and colors to work with.
He just picked up another man. Okay.
Yeah, it was a man's.
Old woman, man.
No, it's not a Dennis.
He got small.
No, I guess it was
No,
a snowman.
That was a snowman. He just used
yeah,
it.
that's a snowman. Because
Okay.
it freezes everything on the screen.
And man, he is just pummeling that octopus.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's how
and
you
he's
beat
got
this guy.
more than one use. Whoa.
He's got 2 uses.
Just love the concept.
Like,
Going
this
up
shouldn't
to
be physically possible.
going up straight to a kraken, and you just start wailing on it.
But man, even with
It's the
that,
American way.
technique, it's still not dead. Jeez.
True murder hobo energy.
Congratulations, you've rescued a baby dolphin.
I definitely need to play this
we
game.
all know krakens are the natural enemy of dolphins.
True. And
I
we
thought
as
sharks were the natural.
well, I mean, sharks are the natural enemy of everything. That's just science. Good old conservational science.
Wow, you've done it. No, let me give me all you those puntos.
So many puntos.
You can spend that in the puntos shop.
We're just gonna say. And any more on Star Tropics?
This is all novel
Or
to
we
me,
just
so I have nothing really to add.
Watching the long play.
I am kind of just enjoying the log play, but I believe you
Yeah.
put some stuff here, Mithril.
A few things. I think there's a variety of things to talk about. Do we want to talk about a game that was made with America in mind, or a game that was like America
Your
style?
call. Your call.
Focused?
Your call.
Let's jump over here.
Yes.
How do we feel
Yes.
about Metal Gear?
Pirate's like, yes, I can contribute.
This is the first thing that came to my mind when this topic was
I
added.
guess.
Oh, and this is the
Alrighty.
MSX version.
Do you want to?
Nice.
Do you want to take it? Because
No, you take it because I did not play these games.
I mean, I haven't either. I watched someone play through the first.
You
Metal
put it
Gear
in,
fairly
so
recently.
burden's on you.
Yeah, I put it in. Burden's on me, but
That'll teach
Metal
you
Gear,
to
it's like if there's
volunteer.
any sort of like American military style game, Metal Gear is definitely high up there. It's like this and Contra. I was debating putting on here as well.
Oh yeah, Contra makes
In
sense.
terms
Contra,
of
yeah,
just-
yeah.
And this is also the MSX version because there are some big differences between this and the NES version.
What do you mean
Oh,
MSX?
okay.
Well,
It's
which
it's
one?
a it's a
Which
system.
one do you feel
It's like a-
asleep in?
You Feel Asleep is the NES. It has a
Okay.
some say notorious translation in terms of just being. I don't know. There's a ton of translation stuff we could talk about when
It was
comes to-
also really hard.
It's it's
I
incredibly
was
hard.
no good at it. I mean, after playing Metal Gear Solid in 2 and 3, I was just like, oh, I can play it. No, I can't. I cannot play this old game.
Yeah. And I mean, the whole series counts for this because it's just like vibes, I guess, at the end of the day. But
Well, I mean, especially when you get to like Metal Gear Solid. I mean, my goodness, in 2, it's called what? The
Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty, and then the Guns of the Patriot, and they have the Lale Lule Lo. I mean, like
Yeah, yeah. Illuminati. I mean, like, it's got it all, man.
Illuminati, and they're all named after the founding fathers, and like all
The thing that was interesting about this game, though,
Kojima America vibe, you know?
no, the thing that was interesting about this game is there was a sequel to it. So on the NES, there was a game called Snake's Revenge, which was sort of what they were calling a sequel to it, but it really wasn't. But the MSX, which again, this is a computer system that this first game came out for as well, and that's the version that they're showing right here. But it came out with a sequel, and that's the canonical one that they actually reference in Metal Gear Solid when they talk about Zanzibar. And so it's really interesting is there was a sequel that didn't come out on the main system, and then there was a sequel, a non-canonical sequel that came out on the actual main system. So it's just a very interesting. And so I remember the first time I played Metal Gear Solid, I had played the first game and I was like, I don't remember any of this stuff they're talking about. But yeah, it was just this. You want to know what my first introduction? Not my first introduction because I played it once, but my first introduction to what this game actually became and could grow into. Skip Rogers, World Video Game Champion.
Oh, dear.
He comes up more than you would think.
Because this game was on one of those videos, and I was just like, this actually looks a lot cooler than when I played it. And so I went back and played it later on. I was like, oh, this game's awesome. It's just when I first picked it up, I was a dumb kid who didn't understand the kind of continuity and stealth mechanics that was actually in this game.
Well, yeah, 'cause if you played it like an action game, you'd just get destroyed.
You'd get owned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you wouldn't get past the dogs on the second screen.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know if it's the first or just one of the first like stealth games.
It is certainly one of the stealth games. In fact, like, it happened just because of hardware limitations. Like, he wanted to initially make it just a full-on action game, but, oh man, this is really bogging down the system. Well, how can I limit the number of characters on the screen? Oh, okay, well, maybe if you avoid the characters, then I don't have to have so many, things going on at once.
Yeah, but
And
if the camera sees you, there's a ton of characters on the screen.
They don't really stop.
And does it lag at all in that situation?
I don't recall, probably.
But I do remember
It's the
hearing
NES.
from
I'll just
someone-
assume it does.
Yeah, but like, it seemed like the hardware limitations is what made them decide to go with stealth, from what I understand. Maybe that's just a myth. I don't know.
That's very possible.
Interesting. They also created out of whole cloth so many unique systems, some of which we would see constantly and some of which just kind of disappeared for better or for worse. I think maybe for better is the having to go onto the transmitter and log into a very specific signal to try and get hints or clues, and sometimes you don't know what signal you're supposed to call in at.
And the answer is look on the box.
Yeah, was
Yeah,
it,
I mean, when you're
PS1?
mentioning the Star Tropics thing, that was the first thing I thought of. It's like, oh, it's Meryl's frequency.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
got
it's on the case of the game, right?
okay. Time
Yep.
for
Yeah,
story.
yeah, that's a
story.
screenshot.
Do you remember how I found out about that, Gordon?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna unlock a core memory for you. Do you remember Bill McGram from freshman year?
The redhead, right?
Yeah. So he was playing Twin Snakes, and I was just watching him play it because I'd never seen this.
Oh, that's
And-
right. That was the GameCube port.
Yeah, and so he was just playing it, and he was on that part, and the dude with the turban, I forget his name. He's like the commander, and he's like, isn't her number on the package? He's like, the package, and he's like backtracking throughout the game, and I'm just sitting here like,
He's trying to find the...
yeah, and he's like, I don't know, and he's like, I am about to give up. I'm like, I could go look it up online because GameFAQs did exist, and he's like,
at that point.
I don't want to, but I don't know, and I look it up, and when I see the answer, I just like, oh my goodness! Like I couldn't help but just
like the
Oh,
exclusive-
Kojima.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
no. So
Something
it's
else,
literally on the game package. It's a screenshot
It's
of you talking to her.
Screenshot on the back of like the jewel case or whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
literally
the DVD case,
they
depending
put
on the version.
so you have to go looking for it on the case, which is because Kojima wants to mess with the fourth wall, and so literally progress is hidden behind, is literally spoiled to you from the very beginning. Before you even put the game in, but you don't even know that it matters. And so when I tell him that, he just goes, "Are you kidding me?"
I mean, I remember when I rented it, that they specifically printed at the bottom of the back of the case, Meryl's frequency is 131 or whatever,
Uh-huh.
because they knew that you wouldn't have it otherwise.
Well, and honestly, good for them for doing that because
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I mean,
you'd
props
just
to
be-
them.
Yeah, it was all the way even back here where there was there were one or two times where you have to call in this first one. And I watched someone who was doing a playthrough and they were stuck for like 2 hours
Like,
trying to
going
scour
through
the
every
whole
single
area, go see
spectrum.
like what did I miss? And the answer is no, you have to be in a specific room and call this specific person in that room,
Yep.
and then they will leave a rocket launcher in like the next like room
Well, and
for
they
you
do
to blow up a wall with or something.
they do quote tell you to do that, but it's like we weren't
They-
used to that kind. Like that
they
wasn't a
tell you
normal
to
thing in games.
Well, they tell you to call people, and then you call them, and it's just like, oh, they're not available right now. And then you forget about it because then you need to call them at a particular screen because otherwise they're just not available.
Just like, fine, I won't talk to you then.
Hmm.
Didn't want to talk to you anyway.
It's like one of the people you can call, and I think it might even be the important person. If you try to call every other time, you just get like, oh yeah, no, this is her husband. She's in the shower right now. Or something like that every
You're just
time.
calling them at home? Yes.
It's or something weird like
weird,
that.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, there's so many. I mean, I will admit that the whole transceiver they added so many Easter eggs throughout. Like in Metal Gear Solid 2, there's a part.
Oh man, they had the
where-
Nikita here?
Yep.
I guess so, man. But I remember there's a part in Metal Gear Solid 2 where you're like shimmying down below on the side of this, this. I mean, it's on
The
an
oil
offshore
rig thing?
Yep.
and the guard above, he's making sounds like, "Oh, I really gotta go." You can't see him, but then
Johnny.
suddenly you see a yellow
Poor Johnny.
stream, a yellow stream of water coming down, and you have to walk through it. So you get peed on as you traverse. And if while you're being peed on, you call people, they have different comments about.
They have things to say, yeah.
they have
Oh,
things
yeah.
to say about you. The fact
'Cause
that
it's
you're being peed
Kojima.
on.
Well, and like if you're in the bathroom, like in the women's bathroom, and you call, they're just like, what are you doing? Just like it's just all sorts of little things like that.
Freaking
Do you get to
Kojima.
call these games Sims, or is that too much of a
ImSim?
immersive simulation?
Oh.
Some people call
Oh.
like Deus Ex and Thief that and whatnot. And
Mm.
I don't know if this really counts.
It's kind of
I
a
wouldn't, I
pro.
wouldn't say this one, but Metal Gear Solid maybe.
Yeah, it's a proto version of that.
And
Like,
these
you know.
guards are just unobservant.
Yeah, Metal
Yeah.
Gear Solid would be closer.
They don't
It's-
even have the cone of observation. It's just a laser.
The
sight.
box! Yes!
The origin of the box.
There's a great
All powerful.
I forget the name of the channel, but he does a parody of Metal Gear Solid, and it's that thing. It's like, man, the guards aren't very observant, but it's instead the guard just he notices, he's like, oh my goodness, there's all these dead bodies in the room and the alarm's going, and then it clicks that he's in danger, and he just turns off the alarm. He's like, nope, it's false alarm, don't worry about it. And he's like, Snake had just popped out of the box to kill him, and Snake's like, huh, I'm really stealthy. And then he gets spotted again, the alarm comes on, the guard quickly turns it off. They're like, nope, another false alarm. And it's like, the guard is smart. He knows he's gonna die if he doesn't do it.
That's funny.
Great.
But yeah. Anyway, I hadn't thought about this one. I also see Advanced Wars on here, which I am not, like, as someone who likes Advanced Wars, I'm not familiar with the history of that.
So I mostly put it on there just to be like, I remember reading something that Nintendo were hesitant about doing another Advance Wars because it, at least over time, only was popular outside of Japan after a certain point, but I don't know the specifics of it.
Is it setting specifically America? Because last time I checked, I thought it was kind of more Europe.
It's vague and unclear fantasy, not fantasy, but like what's the word?
War?
Like pop
Like
culture,
Valkyria Chronicles?
like pop version of
Well, Valkyria
like,
Chronicles is
other
super Europe. Holy cow!
Yeah, like straight up
parody.
World War
It's like
II.
big parody
Yeah.
versions of like lightly inspired by other, like some of the characters are lightly inspired or sometimes more stereotypically inspired.
So like
by
you can
different
tell, like, oh,
things.
this person's Russian, this person's American.
A little bit, yeah.
Kind of like
But
Valkyria.
based on actual events that took place in historical Japan.
Yes. Just like that.
Totally. But I mean,
Valkyria,
like,
yeah.
if you go back to, like, and this is the thing of, like, I'm pretty sure it was, like, actually just made in Japan for Japan, but, like, the original the original Famicom Wars, you literally had characters like Billy Gates was one of the commanders. It's just like
That's a little
straight
on the
up, I'm not
nose.
joking.
That's
Oh,
just a
and then
little
they-
bit on the nose.
40K should be enough for anybody.
And then they calmed it down to be whatever the kid's name is. He
Andy?
gets like infinite money as his special. No,
Colin.
Colin, and
I can't believe
okay, no,
I
it wasn't
remembered
them,
that.
but it was like, yeah, it wasn't him. But I think it was like a ROM hack or something, and someone just like kept trying to like be like, oh yeah, he's like his long lost like nephew or something. It was like, sure,
It's like, I guess.
I don't know, but yeah, that was like, if we didn't have anything else to talk about, I popped it on there to be like, hey, there's some fun things
Well,
about.
I know Advanced
you know.
Wars just has the worst history of timing of coming out with a game ever.
Totally.
Where it's like it comes out, it was supposed to come, it comes out right after 9/11, and then the second game they're about to release it, and then the Russia-Ukraine war breaks out. They're like, we don't want to release this game right now.
Now's not a great time for war.
And it's just one of those things you're just like, how do you keep timing? And I remember there was something else with one of the DS versions where it's just like they kept timing things horribly.
It's
And-
like the opposite of Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Yeah, who's just blessed to release things perfectly.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Yeah.
One of the other ones you brought up, Baggins, was Mystic Quest.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, yes.
Explain.
Another classic.
This is another one where it's just
Classic in quotation marks.
It was my first Final Fantasy, so it's classic for me.
I love Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. So this is another game where it's just like, let's make an easy RPG, an easy Final Fantasy game for those well, the Americans, they don't like complicated thought things. They don't want to think too hard. So
I remember going to Blockbuster and asking Dad, like, Dad, I wanted to get this game called Final Fantasy. I wanted to rent it. And he's like, this is it. And I'm like, no, it's not, but it's okay. I'll play it.
We have Final Fantasy at home.
I was about to say, it's literally the meme.
Well, it's a little bit like that, except we didn't have Final Fantasy at home. We had no Final Fantasy.
This is basically baby's first RPG. Super simplified, but the music
worked for me.
Is incredible.
The music's pretty good, yeah.
The music is banging.
It's a bop.
Yeah.
As the kids say. We're hip.
No, we're not.
Well, we are.
When were we? We weren't even cool when we were the kids.
Says you.
Well,
that's the point of this podcast, I thought.
Nah.
But yeah, no, it was made to
We're
be
cool.
an easier, like a simpler world map, simpler combat,
simpler story.
Simpler story.
A little bit of action in the field too.
But it's just like
no,
it's like we're gonna
distance between which treasure chests have been opened, so you can just leave the area, go back, and reopen the treasure chest.
Except for well, there are two kinds of treasure chest. One you can only open once, and that's the one with all the unique items, like this one right here that just showed up. And then there's another brown one that's where you get all the consumables, and you can just go out, leave the map, go back to the map, come back in, and they'll have refilled.
Just farm potions real quick.
Exactly. And so, you go through and you've got
9,000 gold. That's like 5 gig of RAM nowadays. I don't know.
My allowance is only 2 GP a month.
Oh yeah, and replacing any sort of like lore character, not any sort of, but like a lot of just random cheesy jokes in the dialogue.
Yeah. Oh, and we're not even going to talk about Woolseyisms.
What?
We're not.
And you can't handle numbers, so we won't give you hit points.
No, we can definitely talk about Woolsey.
What are we talking about? I don't even know.
So Woolsey is a notorious. Sorry, were you wanting to talk about it, Looney?
Notorious. I love Woolsey, but
I'm not. Notorious doesn't necessarily mean bad.
Fair enough.
You can maybe scrub through the video to show what you mean. I don't know.
Well, it's not in this.
Now, I often think of Woolsey with Final Fantasy. I actually don't think Woolsey translated Final Fantasy 4. He did 6.
But translator.
Did he translate Final Fantasy 4? Because I know that's where people
localization.
Because like a lot of people point to 4, but I don't actually think he.
I don't believe he did.
But Woolsey was.
He's the Spoony Bard guy, though, isn't he?
No, that's 4.
4 was.
But that wasn't Woolsey.
No, that was not. It's attributed.
That's what That's what he's saying. Is it?
Because Woolsey was the first one who said a direct translation doesn't always make sense, and I want to capture the meaning, and I want the people reading it understand. Which now Woolseyism has gone way too far that people are mad at people that are translating, say, like modern anime today. But he did it. He had the right balance, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Some people might disagree with me, but I don't know. He was kind of the father of. Instead of word-for-word translation, I'm actually going to put effort to make sure it still makes sense in the other language.
Localization rather than pure translation.
Yeah, then just like word for word, right?
Yeah, because word for word often doesn't make sense as a...
Well, I mean, people just express thoughts differently in other languages in a way that they wouldn't.
Well, like
language
one was... I do love one example of the straight translation versus localization was there's a game called Rhapsody. It's an NIS game. It's the same people who made Disgaea, but the translators, there's actually an area called like Snowland in there, and one of the persons it says this is Snowland. There's a lot of snow here in Snowland where it's very snowy. And then in parentheses, the translator said, this is what you get for a direct translation. Like in the game, it actually has this
Man.
little note.
Throwing shade.
Yeah.
It feels like watching a fan sub, man.
Yeah, and it was actually
Yeah,
kind
but
of funny.
then
I'm like,
that's how we
whoa.
get Giga Drill Breaker with awesome text, though.
That's true. I mean, fan subs had their own benefit.
Fan subs have their benefit. Direct translations have their benefit. Localizations have their benefit. And localization, if the team is good and like doing things properly, can be
Eat your
good. And
hamburger,
there's-
Apollo.
But-
Yeah, like I think of the Ace Attorney ones, which is like, oh gosh.
Well, yes, where they
These
wanted
jelly
to make
donuts are great.
where they wanted to.
You
the
can't
first
handle
game-
Japanese food. We can't call it that.
Well, yeah, in the first game they wanted to make it kind of like San Francisco, but then in the following games it was very clearly Japan, and it kind of morphed into San Francisco, just like
Well,
from.
I haven't played any of them.
Not
I've
Mighty
been.
Number 9.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. Thank you.
I love that. That's the confusion because it makes perfect sense why it happened. My understanding though is they've kind of leaned into it now, where they're like, yeah, we shouldn't have committed to this at the start, but because we did, we're now leaning fully into it.
Yeah, and I love that about Phoenix Wright. It was good. So, Baggins, is there anything more you wanted to say about Mystic Quest before moving to?
Honestly,
Final
I think
Fantasy II?
I think we mostly covered it.
All right. Let's see. So, Final Fantasy II. This is an interesting one.
Okay, sorry, I have to ask: is this actual Final Fantasy 2 or the version that came to America?
This is 4, which is 2 in America. on the
Okay,
This
SNES.
is 2-4.
That is now referred to as 4.
Yet another reason.
Given the topic, I had to clarify.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it's important. It's
well,
the fact
and
that I'm calling it
that is-
Final Fantasy II is for this exact reason.
Yes,
Two
that's part of
SNES.
the conversation.
And this is one of, I mean, I love this game to death, and this version has massive amounts of changes. And honestly, I like the original, and I love this version too. Like some people throw shade at this, and
Which version? Sorry, wait. Is this which version is this then?
this is the Final Fantasy II on the SNES. That's the one I
Okay.
picked out.
Okay,
And
but
I
you were
love
saying
this
you love the original.
I love both. Like I played the original version when they released it on the PlayStation,
Oh, okay, I get it. I got what you mean.
which had slightly updated translations, but the gameplay mechanics were of the original, and I still loved it. Like I love the original Final Fantasy IV. Now, what's interesting is this version, the US version, the changes that they made for it, they actually made in Japan as well. So there's a Japanese version called, I think they called it Easy Type.
Yep,
Which
easy
is like-
type.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy II Easy Type. So they did make the game easier. Like for example, there's not separate antidote and like all the different healing items.
they just
for
have
different
heal.
side effects. It's just heal. So it's just every healing items. There's just the panaceas, that cures everything.
Uh-huh.
They removed the Dark Knight ability that does self damage.
Justice.
So
They remove like all the shadow abilities, so you can only basic attack or use items with
Yeah.
Cecil.
yeah, so Cecil didn't have the Dark Wave ability because I guess they decided, you can kill yourself with that, and we don't want that to happen. But yeah, see
This
there
will
it's
give you
heal.
some safety scissors instead.
What's interesting was seeing the differences between the different versions of the games, because I loved and played this game so much that when I open a treasure chest, I can tell when it's been changed, which is why honestly the 3DS 3D version of this game royally ticked me off, and that's a different topic. But
Interesting, because the only version I've played was the mobile port, which was the port of the 3D port.
I hate the 3DS version, the DS version. I hate it. I hate it so much.
There were so many things. Like I wanted to love it, but they changed so many things, and everything they changed, I was like, I don't like that.
But the changes between this version, the US version, which is called the Easy Type in Japan, I love the changes. I love both versions of the game. Honestly, I do question if my young self would like the game as much if it wasn't that. But people make fun of the translation because of the most famous line, "You spoony bard," and people say that's a bad translation. But actually, when you actually look at what the word "spoony" means,
You're just uninformed and uneducated.
And how it's being used, it's like, you know what? Whoever did the translation, they picked the most accurate word possible. It's just no one uses that in real life, and so it's hilarious.
Well, and what happened is the translators were actually Japanese.
Correct.
And so they were Japanese translators translating into English, and a lot of times you'll run into problems when you translate into a language and the person who is doing the translating, the language they're translating into isn't their native tongue.
All your base are belong to us.
Things like that. Exactly.
Well, in this case, it was proper grammar. It was the proper word, but the translator just didn't know that
this isn't a word
English
we use.
Still uses that. That's like very archaic word.
When you translate into, when you go to dictionary.com and it says word archaic in italices,
and the other
archaic meaning.
And the other thing is, it actually does make sense because the character who